please be seated. Thank you. Please. Let me get to the producers. Can you play this video? I will kind of intervene with the video whilst it's being played, and I will start my speech while the video is going on. It's one thing I came here to live with you, and by the time I leave here, I want every one of you to give birth to your hope again. Before I'm leaving here, that will be the capital that I'm leaving with every one of you. You know, Africa has a big disease that is bringing all of us down. And guess what that disease is? Oh no, seriously, this disease is more than any disease. Guess what that disease is? Are you saying like economy or all right. I'll tell you what that disease is. It's fear. Fear is a big disease. Whenever you're scared, you will never reach the height. You will never reach the goal, the limit. Fear is the only thing that restricts you. And guess what? There's one thing that is stronger than fear, and that's hope. And that's why I came here to give it to you. I came here to give you hope. Because yesterday's problems will become tomorrow's opportunity. And we are going to create that opportunity among ourselves. That hope, I'm bringing it to you. Partly in Accra, partly in England, and when I came back as an African, that I stand for one continent, one nation, one race, and one people. My people is my wealth. You are the reason why I keep getting richer and richer and wealthier and wealthier. Because when I look at some of you and I see poverty and I see sadness and I see weakness, then you make me want to work harder. You make me want to think harder. Because you have become a part of my responsibility. That I want to become an example for you. Let you know that it's possible. You can do it. What I'm doing, you can do it. We have the human resources. We have the mineral resources. We have the natural resources. Do you know why they are called resources? Come on. These three things are the greatest things. Sorry, DJ, the producer, can you just play the video and mute the voice behind the video? I'll be speaking over the video, but the video is talking about the buildings are built, the buildings are building now, the commercial projects I do, the residential projects I do, the industrial projects I do, the national projects I do. I'll break that down to you very soon. I'll break that down for you very soon. But first, I want to start with how I started my life. We don't show it that way. I was living in an area very close to this place called Asapa. And my mother, that's who you just saw, Kwame, she was the woman I grew up with. So I grew up with a mother without a father at home. And I want to tell you guys this. When a woman raises a man, it's not the same as when a man and a woman raising a man. You know, you lose something. But you know, it's good sometimes to lose something. That's when you start going out there looking for what is missing in you. And you're going to find something that will bring you happiness. You know, happiness is something that we're looking for. And it's momentarily. And every time you find what makes you happy, you're only happy for a few moments. Then you go about your business again and again doing the same thing. But I always knew that poverty was a curse. For me, that's how I saw it. And I needed to turn it around. So for those of you who have misunderstood cheddar and think cheddar is cheese, but truly cheese is cheddar, you are about to figure out the alter egos, the spiritual character, that courage, that knowledge, that growth, that makes us make the impossible become possible. When you want to turn poverty into curse, it's one of the hardest work. Because those who have accepted that they've been cursed will never find a cure until they realize that they are supposed to search for a solution that will replace the curse. That gift, God gave it to me. This very moment, I even want to thank God for putting me in front of all of you. There wasn't a day I was expecting to see a lot of people who are thinking alike like me, who are going to become like me, who like me for who I have become. I just want to thank God for this moment. So I started by fearing God. I used to be a Sunday school church boy, you know, but I always checked my numbers right. I remember there was a Sunday school teacher that used me for a Jesus Christ play. Yes. And we made a lot of money because I put my heart into the acting. I did it very well. Everyone gave us money, you know, and we were very poor. So after all the money, some other women called me on the side and said, hey, why are you at it? And they put some money in my pocket. So I thought that was mine. And I went to to give it to my mother, and she slapped me and said, "You don't take any money from the church." So I went to argue to the woman, the Sunday school teacher, the woman, the money that she received. And I said, "My mother said I should bring you the money." So she took it. Then I asked the woman, "So what are we going to use all this money for?" And she told me that we are going to sew clothes with it. We're going to do things for the Sunday school people. And I was very happy. This woman, she had had a fresh baby. And I waited for week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. The money is not coming. The clothes is not coming. Nothing is coming. And then about 3 months, that's when I realized the power in the money. I was very young, so I realized that when money goes into people's hands, it doesn't come back again. Guess what I learned from that? I decided to get my own. Because I knew that even in the church, when God puts the money in your pocket, it can still come out and go into someone's hands, and it will never come back to you. So money is a different thing that all those who are looking for money in this world cannot chase the money. You chase the money, you're only going to get a little bit of it. But one thing that I want you to keep with you that attracts money is wisdom. Now, that's the first thing I pray for every morning. Then after that, I ask for knowledge. Then I ask for understanding. Then I ask for courage. These 4 things before everything. But now I'm talking about 2 things. Money and wisdom. Money is a woman. Yes. Well, you want to make money? You told me to come and share my success story with you, so I'm giving you the code. For those that understand the value of money, will always know what life is worth. Now, Sika, the Dadano, the Kokoro, the Shosuye, the Krani, na the Chedi, the Bio, the Casa, one is well, my friend Prakash, who is a prophet here, that gave me one of my best quotes for this talk. He said, "Skip the noise and obey the voice." Get up so you can see this young man here. So, and Prof was speaking yesterday in this room, so I'm sure a lot of you met him already. Now, you want to be able to use money as a second priority, not the first. It's very important, but please make it a second priority. I'm going to tell you what you need as a first priority. Now, I know all of you love your lives, but this life does not belong to us. So when I was 16, I surrendered my life. And I said, "God, you give life. You take control of the life. Whatever you want to do with it, you do with it. But there's one thing, I want you to give it to me. And that is that one thing I'm going to share with you. That one thing that I ask God for is my time. And I want your time to be your first priority." Even if you believe in God, all He's asking you for is your time. It is not the church you're going to. It is not the Bible you're reading. Truly, it's the full time. That 1 minute, 1 hour, 30 minutes that you give it to Him. That time is where He sees the value for. Now let's get into the money. What do you think makes you the money? It's the time. Your 8 hours will pay you, or somebody will pay for your 8 hours. And I think most of you in the university now, your mother, your father is paying for your 8 hours. When you finish, you're going to be educating yourself, and then after education, you get a job. 8 hours. 8 hours, they're going to pay you. Now, why do people get paid for 8 hours, 5 times a week, and then they go to church for 2 hours in a week? Water is fine. Water is fine. So now let's do the math. You go to church for 2 hours, and it's already long for you. But you work 40 hours or 50 hours a week to get paid. So already, I want you, some of you, to understand that we worship money than we believe even in ourselves. Everybody is trying so hard to make this money, and they don't even get to make enough of it. Listen, I am wealthy. I am wealthy. My wealth is not just riches. My wealth is wisdom, is knowledge, is grace, is glory, is different types of ornaments. And it brings me money. It brings me love. It brings me assets, properties, ideas, changing the world, changing the community. Now, this is what I call wealth. This is the kind of hope I want you to start to build for yourself with the time that you have. With the time that you have. Now, I know that most of you are still wondering, why is this guy talking about time? I want to break it down some more for you. Let's just say that you came to this world and you're going to live for 70 years or 80 years. I want to break down this time for you, and so you can understand why time is so important. Let's calculate the 70 years. Your first 5 years, you know nothing. Your last 5 years, you know everything, but you can't do anything. That's 1 decade gone. Now, everybody sleeps at least 4 to 6 hours a day. So your 60 years that you have left, you're going to sleep 2 decades out of it. Listen carefully. This is your 70 years. 30 years is gone already, because you will not be active. You will be sleeping, or you will be crawling, or you will be dribbling. Okay? So now we have 4 decades. 4 decades. I heard a guy in the crowd saying, who was calm, if you are wrong. I would not do that with money. I told you, money is a woman. You cannot disrespect a woman. Why am I saying this? You people should remember that the same hole that all of us came from as a woman, even as men, we are all trying to get back in there. The path is the same. So you have to be serious. You have to be serious. Your opportunity. You will not see it. But he who that looks into crisis, when they go into the crisis, they will start smelling opportunities. Because opportunity will never come in your face. You need to discover it. And please, all the problems that we are having yesterday, tomorrow, it can become a great opportunity for you all in this room. Now back to the time that I'm talking about, because it's very important to me. I want to wrap up with you with time. It's one of the things that I want you to keep with you when I leave here. You see, you have 40 years now left. 4 decades. Let's minus these 21 years of education from it. Minus all the education you're having. You're in university now. Some of you are 18, 19. So 21 years out of the 40, you actually have 19 years. That is if you get to see 70 years. To build a house, to buy a car, to become as rich, to do this, to do that, to do that. Ask yourself if your time is enough. 19 years. You want to become as big as Bill Gates. 19 years is what you have. But I'm going to show you something. How I did the 19 years. Worth my while. And you're going to love it. So, I realized that I started by checking the 70 years in months. It was 700 and something months. That's how quick life is. That wasn't enough. So, I decided to break the months down into weeks. Then they started becoming more. Then when I brought it into days, it was a lot. Then I brought it into hours. Oh my gosh. I knew that I had some good time on my hand. So when I brought it into minutes, that's when I started to value myself. What I'm worth every minute. I had to cut a price on myself. You would not understand this very moment I've come to share with you here. It's worth millions for me. It might not be that much for you, but some people are going to become millionaires when they leave here with this interaction they have. Some of you are going to begin to respect time when you leave here. So, since I broke my minutes, my hours, and seconds down, I got to see the value of money properly. Now, do you know that when a man is going out, or a boy is going out with a girl, and he loses the girl, their broken heart. Now listen. Your broken heart is not coming from just love. The broken heart is coming from the time you've lost. Now somebody is going to continue from there. So you see, your time, it's very